I first knew Katy Perry, though, and her team were lame as f***. You're gonna do exactly what the Miley did and blow up. Guess what? It didn't work. Didn't work. Now we're gonna sing your ass to space. Didn't work.
This man genuinely creeps me out. When I see Elizabeth Hurley all loved up with this man, I'm gonna be honest, I am baffled.
I also inherited the narcissism from my father.
The beef between Noah Cyrus and her mom, Tish Cyrus, seems to be no more.
We still need our mommy. I know. So bad.
Miley Cyrus's head is spinning because her family cannot stop fighting. Ever since her parents divorced and her mother married her little sister's boyfriend, this family can't seem to get along. And now that Billy Ray is dating Elizabeth Hurley, his ex-wife realizes that this is no coincidence and that he had been cheating on her the entire time they were married. This family is out of control, so let's get into it. Miley Cyrus has the messiest family drama in Hollywood, between her mother marrying her sister's ex-boyfriend to her father's roller coaster of a romance life. I mean, last I heard he was with like Fire Rose or Firestone or whatever the hell her name is, and they were going back and forth. She had audio recordings. It got really bad. Now it looks like Tish Cyrus suspected that Billy Ray was having an affair on her with Elizabeth Hurley, his new girlfriend, who he's been posting a lot with. I mean, Billy Ray is truly unhinged, and you could tell. Like, remember his performance at the inauguration?
I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more. Gonna take my horse, old town road. I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna.
That is just not Cyrus level performance quality. We see how well Miley does, and it seems like Billy's just falling apart. And I want to dive into what's going on in Billy Ray's love life in a moment, but I want to bring it to Trace Cyrus. He's randomly made headlines with stories like these. Miley Cyrus's brother slams lame Katy Perry, says she copied his sister's career. I don't really know why Trace feels like he needs to comment on this. I don't know if he's maybe hearing this from Miley. He said, I first knew Katy Perry and her team were lame as F when her career first started dying, and they were like, what can we do? Well, what worked for Miley? She cut her hair off and broke the internet, and everyone freaked out, and she bleached it blonde. We should do that with you, Katy. Miley did her blonde Ellen DeGeneres haircut in 2012, while Katy Perry did it in 2017. Trace also pointed out how Katy Perry's team attempted to give her music more of a hip-hop sound, pairing her with the Migos for her song Bon Appetit, which I was not a fan of that song. But that came after Miley did her Bangers album with Wiz Khalifa, Juicy J, Mike Will Meet It, and I actually really did enjoy those songs from her. I wish we can get some of that Miley back. Trace goes on to say that Katy and her team figured out a way to just copy Miley to keep her career going, and he said at one point, didn't effing work, and now they're gonna send your ass to space.
I first knew Katy Perry, though, and her team were lame as when her career was first dying, and they were like, what can we do? What worked for Miley? She cut her hair off and it broke the internet, and everybody freaked out, and she bleached it blonde. We should do that with you, Katy. Katy's like, yeah, we should. Should we do it slightly different? No, we're gonna do it exactly the same. And also, Miley started working with Mike Will Made It, Wiz Khalifa, Juicy J. Remember Jay's on My Feet? She started to transition doing more hip hop stuff. We're gonna get you in with the hottest group, the Migos. You're gonna do exactly what the Miley did and blow up.
Wow, he is a passionate brother. He cares almost a little too much, in my opinion. Comment below. Do you guys agree, or am I being a little judgmental?
Guess what? It didn't work. And then they just tried some EDM song or some shit because EDM's hot. Didn't work. Now we're gonna sing your ass to space. Didn't work. It's not working. It's backfiring. Stop.
This person commented, wait, I love this brother dynamic. Another person asks, why do you want to put Katy against Miley? The two have always been friends. They've always supported each other. We Miley fans disagree with you. But his rant comes after Katy Perry has been the subject of online criticism for taking part in the Blue Origin space ride. Since their trip, the singer has been hit by comments from brands like Wendy's. We also had Martha Stewart throwing some shade, which nobody wants to be on Martha Stewart's bad list. Martha Stewart, who is 83, took to social media and posted a 2007 video of her aboard a Boeing 727 called G-Force 1. In the clip, she explained that she experienced what astronauts feel when they reach zero gravity. Writing, "Do you ever feel like a plastic bag drifting through the wind?" which is taking jab at one of Katy Perry's lines from her song Firework. She continued her shade, adding, "In case you spaced out in 2007, Martha has always been ahead of her time." You know what's worse than getting injured? Fighting with the insurance company afterwards. They will often stall, delay, and lowball you because their goal is to pay you as little as possible because they are not on your side. That's where Morgan & Morgan comes in. They are the largest injury law firm in America with over 1,000 attorneys and millions of clients served. They've secured billions of dollars for settlements and verdicts, including a $26 million payout in Philadelphia, 40 times more than what the insurance company originally offered. And the best part about Morgan & Morgan is that they don't charge anything up front. There is no consulting fee, there's no hourly rate, there's no hidden cost by going and getting them to help you out. So if you've been hurt in an accident, Morgan & Morgan has your back if you become their client. You can go to forthepeople.com/Sloan or scan the QR code on the screen to start your claim now. You probably could get it submitted before this video is even over with, and it's not going to hurt to go and figure out how much you are owed. Thank you, Morgan & Morgan, for sponsoring this video, and enjoy.
I hope they can see the unity that we modeled and replicate that and understand that we weren't just taking up space, we were making space for the future. And for me, like Gail said, this wasn't a ride, it wasn't a destination, it was a journey, and it was a supernatural one. And my journey has always been about love and belonging, and I think that we have all felt that sometimes we weren't worthy or we didn't belong in certain ways, no matter all the accolades, no matter all the studying, no matter anything. And I think today we all said it, like, we belong here.
Oh, Katie, I mean, really, you could listen to that full speech and it will put you right to bed. I would try not to yawn after watching it. Okay, anyways, nice message, Katie. Now that Trace is doing all this talking, though, we're getting headlines like this. Are Katie and Miley friends? Where they stand after Trace's viral rant. Now, the two pop stars go way back to 2008. According to Miley, they met when Katie invited her to the VMAs after saying Miley inspired her breakout hit I Kissed a Girl. Quote, "When Katie came out with I Kissed a Girl, I was doing Hannah Montana," she said, and she heard her on the radio, and she said, "Who did you write that about?" And I guess Katie responded, "It's about her, about Miley Cyrus." She said, "I screamed and started freaking out, and then she asked me to go to the VMAs with her. That's when I started doing my whole VMA controversy. I was like, I'll go with Katy Perry." So that's how we met and just stayed friends. Miley's mom, Tish, even tagged along that night for safety. She didn't want her to go by herself, you know, like stranger danger. So my mom went with me in the limo with Katy Perry, which I would hope so. I'm glad her mom was actually present. That doesn't happen enough. Tish apparently approved of Miley hanging out with Katie, so she thought it was cool that she, you know, found a new pop star friend to hang out with. And even though Trace is really focused on Katy Perry for whatever reason, he needs to direct some of his attention back home. Even though we do know that he and Billy Ray Cyrus, they don't really have much of a relationship anymore. I mean, from my understanding, the family is pretty feuded between like Noah and her mom and Trace, and then we've got like Billy Ray and Miley, and they're kind of on their own side. But Elizabeth Hurley and Billy Ray Cyrus are now in a relationship, and they want everyone to know about it. I really don't understand why they need to debut their relationship, but Billy Ray's been like this ever since he's left Tish, since he's been divorced. He's like a little bit immature on social media, just like posting his girlfriends willy-nilly. Fans were shocked. One person said, "I didn't have this on my bingo card." Another person added, "OMG, this is odd. I'm hoping it's an AI image." Unfortunately, it's not. A source says that Billy Ray has become a recluse since his split from Fire Rose. Oh gosh, Fire Rose. Because he truly believed she was the one. Since their divorce, Billy has shut out a lot of people because he really trusts no one. While it's not clear when the couple started dating, they've known each other for a number of years, both starring in a 2022 Christmas in Paradise film.
I just know I am not the only one who is confused about this photo. Here I am, minding my business, scrolling through social media on this holy day. What I do know about this man is he gives me the finest essence of creepy. This man genuinely creeps me out. I think it's the puckering. So when I see Elizabeth Hurley all loved up with this man, I'm going to be honest, I am baffled. How did this happen? What's the angle? Is this for a future project? Are they collaborating? Why did they use Elton John's I'm Still Standing? I am zooming in on this photo. I'm looking at his bunny ears. I'm like, who took this photo? Then I see this comment from her son. It looks like Damian Hurley approves. Who could have predicted such a pairing? Imagine Damian Hurley and Miley Cyrus being step siblings. I don't know what she sees in him. I'm so sorry he doesn't do it for me. Clearly, she likes a man who loves a flat iron and a filter. And if he's making her quiver, get it, girl.
It seems like that movie they worked on together a few years ago is what really got them hot for each other. I mean, Elizabeth, later confessed that the opportunity to work with Billy Ray was one of the main reasons she did the film. She said, "I've been a big fan of Billy Ray Cyrus. My son Damien was the age where he used to watch Hannah Montana all the time, so of course I used to watch it too." It's so interesting they see him as like Hannah Montana's dad. Now, as I mentioned earlier, Tish Cyrus, Billy Ray's ex-wife, kind of saw this coming, unfortunately. They said Billy Ray met Elizabeth in 2022 on the set of their Christmas film, which they both starred in. Tish had her thoughts and suspicions at the time that he was cheating on her with Liz, but Billy Ray denied it. The source says they got very close on set, and seeing that they are together now is a slap in the face for Tish, but it also confirms that she was likely right about her suspicions. They never stopped being in contact. The insider claims that Elizabeth is good for Billy Ray and that he can be himself around her. Despite what people think about this, she's good for him, and if she can keep Billy Ray on the straight and narrow, more power to her. But a source noted that many people in Billy Ray's family feels like Liz is just a rebound from Fire Rose. Now, as for Miley, it seems like she's trying to mind her own business, but she seemed rather happy as she was out in New York just hanging out low-key. Now, fans are excited that Miley could have Liz as her stepmom, but it's unclear what Miley's reaction to the news was. She and her father have had a strained relationship over the years, as several of her siblings, including her sister Noah, has been very open about. Miley opened up about her complex relationship with her father, acknowledging that she inherited the narcissism from him, but also recognizing his role in guiding her career path.
When you say the entire family moves from Tennessee to LA, who are we talking about?
So at first it was just me. My mom is going to be better at this. I have a terrible memory because I also inherited the narcissism from my father, that I don't know anything about my siblings except for the part that I was doing. Without my dad, I know, I mean, not just literally I wouldn't be sitting in this chair, I wouldn't exist, but I would not, who I am as a person, it wouldn't exist. His perspective on reality and on life I've inherited from him more so than the way that I was raised, which really my mom raised me.
Billy Ray tried to reach out to both Miley and Noah with the social media posts in March after Miley announced she would be releasing Something Beautiful, her 9th album. Noah also released a new single, Don't Put It All On Me. He wrote on social media, "Holy crap, I seldomly ever swear in my posts, but this deserves one. You are witnessing in real time what it feels like for a dad who, within less than 1 week's time, has had his ass kicked and his mind blown, but not one, but both of his own daughters," which sounds like he's like a proud father, kind of a mess, but a proud mess, you know? Even though he did like leave a message for his children, they haven't been in contact with him. And recently he's been praying for his family to heal, actually. He said, quote, "All I want is healing for my family," back in February. Billy Ray reached out to his daughter with a gesture of reconciliation this February, with whispers of friction in the family. He posted a congratulations post of Miley. Billy wrote, "Congratulations, Miley and Beyonce on their well-deserved Grammy wins. Couldn't be prouder." At that point, Miley did like his photo, so there's a little bit of hope. As for Elizabeth Hurley, it looks like she hasn't gotten to know any of the Cyrus family members yet because she only follows one. She follows Noah Cyrus, which is Miley's younger sister, which is interesting that they do follow each other. Maybe she's met her already. I don't know what the case would be, but Noah is very close with Tish, her mother. For Easter, Tish and Noah were together. This article reports the mother-daughter duo have been spending quality time together lately, despite facing tension in recent years. There was news in March 2024 that Noah was romantically involved with her mom's now husband, Dominic, for several months before he began dating Tish. It's interesting because he's like 55 years old, she's like in her 20s, and they were hooking up before he ended up getting with her mother. And you know it's bad in August 2023 when they get married and Noah wasn't there. She wasn't even invited, I don't think. They've been working on their relationship. A source says it's been a slow burn and has been very up and down the last several months, but Noah has been more open to the idea of having Tish in her life again.
The beef between Noah Cyrus and her mom, Tish Cyrus, seems to be no more. Tish had Noah on her podcast, Seemingly We're Cyrus. She usually co-hosts with Brandy Cyrus, but Noah filled her spot for this week's episode. Now, this is a big deal because Tish married Dominic Purcell, who was rumored to have had a thing with Noah in the past, but they seem back and better than ever. I mean, their energy was just palpable. It was very light and good-hearted, and they talked about how close they are in their lives right now, how Noah Cyrus is actually engaged right now, and Tish loves Noah's fiance, and they have a favorite ice cream truck that they visit all the time. They live near each other. It just seems like their relationship is stronger than ever right now. So I'm really happy. This makes my heart happy. I just hate when there's family feuds, but looks like they're good.
Maybe Noah is able to move on because she's currently engaged to a fashion designer named Pincus, who Tish really likes. Like really likes. So if I were you, Noah, I would keep Pincus away a little bit so you could work on that healing, because Tish seems like she knows how to get a man, especially if they're with her daughter, because I can't believe that she married that man after knowing that he had like done it with Noah, like not that long ago either. In a podcast interview, Noah said, "We still need our mommy so bad. Whenever I'm down or whenever my siblings are down, we call my mom or she calls us." Noah asked Tish, "How many times a week do you answer the phone?" And I'm crying. And she says a lot, which I hope she's okay.
The stoners know that last year was a rough one for me. And like I've talked about it a lot. There's no shame. I'm like just very open about it. And again, No was just so patient with me. Like it was crazy. But I think looking back on it now that I'm back, I mean, my life changed so much. I mean, I did nothing but kids for my entire life. It was so crazy. And then to have you guys all out of the house and kind of like, you're so independent now. And it's just so weird that now I kind of have to figure out who I am and what my dreams are and what I'm going to do with life, because the only thing I ever did was be a mom. It's so crazy.
I know. But we still need our mommy.
I know.
So bad.
Well, kudos to them for trying to move on and also keeping Dominic around and welcoming, his name's Pincus? It's an interesting name. I know he's like a German designer. He doesn't have too many followers on Instagram, so it's kind of an interesting character to throw into the Cyrus bunch, Pincus. But comment below if you guys have heard of him before. But let me know what you guys think of this video, and I'll see you in a new one soon. Hopefully they can figure out their family drama. Sending them good vibes. Okay, bye guys.